Hey guys, in this problem, we're given a big set of numbers, and we're asked to rewrite all of them in powers of 10 notation. And what that just means is that each number needs to be written as some number multiplied by 10 raised to the power of something else. And the way you decide which power to use is that the coefficient, or the number in front of the times 10 to the power of n, that number should be between 1 and 10. So actually, part A of this problem is a pretty good example, because the number we're given in part A, 1.156, already fits this criteria. So we really don't need to do any decimal shifting or anything like that. We actually don't want this number to change at all. So instead, we do multiplied by 10 raised to the power of 0, because anything raised to the power of 0 is just 1, and anything multiplied by 1 is itself. So this is our answer for part A, because it doesn't change the coefficient. Alright, now let's look at option B, or part B, which the number is 21.8. And here's a good example of a problem where we actually have to do some work. Because like I said, the coefficient should be between 1 and 10. So it says 21.8. So how do we get it smaller? We can do that by simply shifting the decimal place. So we have the decimal point right here. So we can get this number between 1 and 10 by shifting this decimal point one position to the left, so that the number actually becomes 2.18. And it's like, okay, cool, but now we've changed the value. And this is where the power of 10 comes into play. Because since we've made the number smaller by moving the decimal one to the left, we need to counteract that by multiplying by 10 exactly one time in order to keep it at its real value without changing anything. So we multiply by 10 raised to the power of 1, because 2.18 multiplied by 10 on its own will get us 21.8. That's kind of the idea for every part of this problem. We want to get the coefficient between 1 and 10, and to do that we have to shift the decimal points while simultaneously counteracting that with whatever power we choose for the 10. So now let's look at part C, where the number is 0.0068. So now the number is too small. We need it to be at least 1 or greater. So we can move the decimal point a few spaces to the right to make the number bigger. So we got the decimal point here. So let's move it 1, 2, 3. So we'll move it 3 spaces to the right so that we have a value of 6.8. But now the number's too big, so we counteract this by choosing a smaller power of 10. Well, we shifted the decimal point 3 places to the right, so we should be multiplying it by 10 to the power of negative 3. So this will make it smaller by 3 decimal spaces. So that is the answer to part C. Now let's look at part D. Our number is 328.65. So this is too big, so we'll have to shift the decimal point to the left. So 1, 2. So that'll get us a number between 1 and 10, because we have 3. So that becomes 3.2865. But we've made the number smaller, so we have to multiply it by 10 to the power of 2 to make it bigger again to keep its value the same. So that's part D. Now part E. Our number is 0.219. So here's a decimal point. We need to make the number bigger, so we can shift it 1 space to the right. So this becomes 2.19. But now the number is too big, so we shift it negatively. So multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 1. So you should be seeing kind of a pattern now, where if we make the coefficient bigger, we have to make the 10 negative. If we make the coefficient smaller, then we have to make the 10 positive, so that way they counteract each other. The final part of the problem is F, which we have 444, which means we have to shift this decimal to make it smaller, so we shift it to the left, so 1, 2, so that becomes 4.44, multiplied by, we got to make it bigger, so 10 to the power of 2. And that is our answer for part F, and that is every part of this problem. And that is it for this problem. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please consider subscribing, as that'll help me out in making more videos just like this one. And if you have a request, or a comment, or a question, leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to help you out as best as I can. But that is all for now, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye-bye.